For you?
Today we're going to discuss mental health. And if you have any comments or anything, please leave it down below. We will definitely bring it up in our next discussion. So we're going to discuss mental health on a whole.
Okay, so mental health is such a
Broad
sensitive.
topic.
Not only is it broad, it's sensitive.
Right.
There's some cultures and communities in society that we don't like to talk about one's mental health.
That's true.
And I've heard words thrown about as you're bipolar,
Or you're crazy.
you're narcissistic. Do people actually do say that, correct?
Kind of.
Well, what do they say?
You're just cocky.
Cocky. Okay.
Uptight.
Uptight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mental health is a serious topic, and it's something that a lot of people don't like to discuss because we don't know who's mentally ill or why they're mentally ill. Where is it coming from? Is it genetic prone? Is it something in our genetics or
something that happened in their past that they never got over? I feel like mental health needs to be discussed more because unlike diabetes and all those other mental conditions, the person has it, everybody feels bad.
Diabetes is it's not a mental condition.
No, I mean
it's a
medical condition.
medical, exactly.
All those medical conditions. People, you look at them and you're like, oh, you have diabetes, oh, you have high blood pressure, medication, this, that, and they look at it differently. But when you think about mental health, it's kind of like, yeah, okay.
Okay, you'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
And then if you're from certain parts of the world, some parents who say, you don't feel well, you're a little sad, drink some tea.
Yes. Tea's the best.
But not for when you are absolutely depressed.
Yes.
I am not talking about
feeling
sadness.
a little down.
No, a little blue.
No. We're talking about like real depression, can't get out of your bed, can't focus, or you just want to sleep all the time. You just don't feel like doing anything. Right.
So the clinical aspect of it. So something that is not discussed because no one wants to tell anyone, today's one of those days. Right. I can't leave the bed. I can't think. I'm basically depressed. I've lost 25 pounds.
That's true.
In the last 2 weeks.
And even if you go to your doctor and say you lost 25 pounds in the last 2 weeks, what's the first thing he's going to look for?
Something physical.
He's going to look for cancer. Losing weight so suddenly, that's the first thing they look for. Or thyroid. They will never think, oh, maybe it's depression. When it comes to mental health in the medical field, they make sure it's everything. It's not anything else. They go through all the checklists before they even think mental.
Yes, which is unfortunate. I know in my practice, I have individuals who they would say to me they don't feel well, and I said, okay, when was your last physical? And if everything checks out, then I start looking into the mental aspect of their lives.
Right.
What is happening in your life? Are you happy? But what is happiness? So then there's all these checklists that we can have.
Yeah. And happiness means something different to everyone.
What does it mean to you?
To me, happiness, I have to think about that one. I have never actually looked into it. I know I'm happy all the time. I love music. I'm happy with myself. Once I'm around a good group of people and I have my music going, or even by myself, focusing on my writing or anything, that makes me happy.
So those are coping mechanisms.
Right.
Coping mechanisms can help you with the whole mental health aspect of your life. Doesn't mean that there's anything severely wrong with you. Just mean that there's some things that can be changed.
Yeah.
I'm happy. And I can
sure.
I am so positive that I'm happy. I love, as we stated last time, as I stated, I love life, but I do get sad because I'm human.
Right. Everybody go through different,
but
feelings.
The degree of sadness.
Right.
That's what we're talking about when we talk about one's mental health. Is it different for men than it is for women?
I think so. I think for women, one thing everybody throws in a woman's face if she's feeling a certain type of way is what? She's on her menses. She's on her period. She must be on her period while she's giving me attitude today. Not thinking that it could be something else. You know what I mean? And of course it's different for men because men, they believe that they're the strong one. They're not going to tell you that they're feeling depressed. They're just going to go about their way. That's why the suicide rate is so higher in them than females.
But this is the thing that I always like to put these little tidbits in, and some people may not like what I have to say, but it's just something that I love doing. The whole thing about women being mentally ill and being hysterical when we get upset, it says hormones, like your
Right.
menses, your menstrual cycle. So that's where hysterectomy came from, because Sigmund Freud said women were hysterical. So you had a hysterectomy to remove
that action or that feeling.
so the hysterics. That's where it came from. Is that correct?
Didn't
Absolutely not. It did not
It
work.
did not work.
It did not work. We've known many women who's had hysterectomies and they're doing quite well, but they're still human, as we all are, and they still have emotions.
Exactly.
So hormones have a lot to do with it. Your culture,
Religion
religion has a lot to do
has
with
a
it.
lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Some people, that's what, believing in a higher power is what keeps them calm or what make them walk a certain ways, you know,
Yes.
and cope with certain things that goes on in their life.
So the coping mechanisms are quite
Yes.
important that we're talking about. What are some of them that you know of?
Yoga,
Okay.
meditation, writing in your journal.
Okay. But they're all very good. I also like mantras. A mantra is something that you can put on a little piece of paper, a sticky, and you stick it all over the house. I am great. Everything is going to be okay.
It's like reinforcement.
Reinforcement of one's self,
Mm.
of knowing you are going to be okay. Now, we are not talking about mental illness right now. We're just talking about one's mental health, because we all can become sad at times.
Yes. You can a little blue.
A little blue, a little down.
Doesn't mean you're ill.
Exactly.
We all go through our phase, especially women when they get pregnant and after postpartum.
There's so many different factors to it. Many different factors. When is the last time you were happy?
2 seconds ago.
Really? When we
Right.
got started? We got
Right,
started before
yes.
2 seconds.
Well, right before we got started.
Okay.
We was playing music and stuff like that.
Yes. You can't always be happy.
Yeah. No. You can't.
You can't always be happy. I want you to remember that.
You will go it's like a cycle.
It is a cycle.
Mm.
You can feel sad, but what we are going to be touching on is the mental illness part of mental health
Right.
and the different disorders, such as,
Anxiety, bipolar,
yes,
even anger management.
Oh, anger management is big. That's a very big one, because we think that anger is so acceptable.
Because everybody gets angry. We're not saying you're not going to get angry or upset or disappointed, but it's the way you handle it.
It's what you do with it.
Right.
What do you do with your anger?
Mm-hmm.
Do you put your fist through the wall or through someone's face?
So.
That's the difference,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
So mental illness is very, very broad, and I know there may be some topics in regards to mental health and mental illness that you may want to get further clarity on, and that's why we're here. Hopefully we can help you,
We're here to help. Just let us know.
because helping is healing. And what do we say a whole channel is?
Live well, laugh plenty.
Yes. So if you live well, if your mental health is well or okay or
Mhm.
good or great, remember that saying? Are you going to say, I'm not that old? Good, better, best. Never let it rest.
No, I've heard that one before.
You have?
Yes. Probably
Wow.
was in like grade school, but I've heard it before.
But that's what we want to do. Just feel your best. And if you do not, because of your mental health, we can tell you the tips of how to get there.
Yeah.
Because you just can't go through life being happy every day. You can be contented.
Mm.
You can feel okay. But we don't want you to feel depressed. I'm saying it.
Depressed.
Depressed.
Sounds really depressing.
It is depressing. But we all experience some kind of sadness at some times.
Yes.
Okay? So, with that said,
Please let us know if you need any assistance or anything. Leave a comment, send an email, and we will definitely try our best to get
if
back
you have
to
a
you.
question, we're always willing to.
Yes.
Willing to give you some answers. And hopefully, you will live well. and you will
laugh plenty. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.